Nompumelelo is just a lady who grew up in Soweto, originating from Soweto, and Nompumelelo is somebody who's a go-getter. I studied around Soweto, grew up in a family of four. It was my mom, my father, and my brother. So we grew up in a very tight family whereby we were taught to speak your mind, and I grew up being taught Christianity also, going to church, and also what was told to me was education. You need to have education and you need to study, and hence I work hard. So Nompumelelo is the name that means success, basically. So to me, it's always like everything that I'm doing, I need to succeed on it. So I'm leaving a name. But the meaning of it is a very different one to my parents, because my parents stayed 10 years without kids. So to them, they succeeded to having a child. So I'm that child who grew up in the family where my mother and my father never ever shouted at me that much. I was taught discipline, but I was that glass, the firstborn who came after so much love time. So I'm that person. So Nompumelelo, I studied my analytical chemistry. So I wasn't sure what I was doing actually. So, but I studied my analytical chemistry, but currently I feel like it was a very good thing that I did. It's not, it's a totally different thing, and I'm loving it. So I'm that lady. Then I'm a mother to my son, and I'm just loving everything. So basically, that's Nompumelelo basically. And Nompumelelo is an introvert. Grew up being an introvert, actually. So shy, not outspoken. But when you want to compare it now, that's a total different, I think I've grown that part. It's still there, but not that much. I think it's because of the type of work now that I'm doing. So that is Nompumelelo basically. So it's Nompumelelo loving to succeed, Nompumelelo striving for nice things, and always want to be with people. And that's Nompumelelo. My name, because it's Nompumelelo, was cut into two. There are those who call me Mpumi, and there are those who call me Lelo. So the Mpumi part came out very easy to many people. So the Mpumi name, I love it, and it has stuck with me in such a way I don't even know if people know that my full name is Nompumelelo. But that is Nompumelelo basically. I attended a high school which was a Roman Catholic school, Holy Cross, Immaculata. So the stream of subjects was very, very old school kind of. So if you're doing your maths, you do your maths, your science. So there was I think there was business economics, but that was it. There was not even accounting. So the math and science, I really excelled in it, and I loved it. So I had to go through math and science. My father's vision was for me to be a pharmacist. But then to me, I didn't know. And I had a lot of, being in a family orientated that loves education. Most of them became teachers, but it was one of those, the math and science. We excelled, and I know my father's younger brother was the one who would make us stand and we'll talk about maths or talk about science. So I knew I was going for a science line, but which one was it? I wasn't keen about engineering, so I think originally I wanted biomedical. Then me being lazy applying, I applied very late, and I was told the subject that is there, biotech is full, then analytical chemistry stay. Chemistry, anything with chemistry to me is good, because in my high school I got my 98, math and science was me, so I knew I had to go the science route. So I was like, okay, then I take this analytical chemistry, I don't know what is it. Then I really enjoyed it because it was in the lab, So me being an introvert at that time, being in the lab, you just work with your reaction, you just mix the chemicals, you mix it. So to me, that was a nice thing. I do not have to talk to people. I do not have to write an essay, of which I know I hate writing even now. So it was only numbers, equation, balancing, and to me that was very exciting. So I really loved that part of doing that. So eventually I fell in love with analytical chemistry, realizing it's a broad industry. You are able to work. Yeah, it's not something that is restricting you. You can go in the food side, you're in the water side, you are able to go around and can be the chemical, making chemicals. It was quite a very big, and guess what? I was not wrong. It's exactly what I am. And me growing up and living my introvert type of a thing was, I love new things every day. I can't be stereotyping one thing. So yeah. So it was not really my first choice. Actually, I think my father got to love it at some point. There's some achievements that I've come across, but I knew my father, if he was around, he would have been very happy, excited, wanting to know what is it you're doing. So what are you doing this time? Where are you going? So not have a favorite part, honestly. The reason being, I get bored very easily and very quickly. So me exploring different type of industries became to me, that's what excites me. That's what triggers my inner being, with that chemistry. For me to have done that. So even within the MiChem, I'm very, yes, it's chemistry, but I get involved in the mining side, and you get involved even the physical testing now, which is something that is very exciting to me now. Very different, learning to know, oh, okay, there's things, okay. But those are engineer people. So just that, that chemistry comes with. So it's a very, actually most of my time I spend it in the food side. I have to be honest. I did became in the medical, but I spent it in the food side. Then I eventually had the water side of industry, but yeah, most of it has been the food side and different parts, because my first breakthrough of my career was with the grain industry. So, with the maize, with the wheat, and from the kernels until it becomes a product, it becomes a maize, all those type. But it was also the nutritional labeling type of a thing. So that made me to work with. Yeah, then I went to another food lab, and yeah. So it has been most of my experience in the food side. And then while I was in the food side, the water came in also. So nothing different. The only technique in the chemistry, just have to know the equipment. You just have to know the equipment and master the equipment. Then the whole background comes back, and it's very. So because I'm that keen person, I become keen. Okay, what is this? What can I do? Okay, you can do this. So yeah. I'm that person who can say, I can't do it. I don't know it, and leave it there. I don't know it. Let me see. Let me read about it. Then once I read about it, then I know, I'm like, that's easy. That will come eventually. Eventually I will learn. I will learn from my mistakes, and eventually it will be me. I first worked in a company where I worked 6 to 6. Whew, that was something else, and it was summer. I think the 6 to 6 the night shift was better. The day shift, it was long and all that. I was like, this is not me. I need to change this. You can't do one thing over and over again. That's me. I can't do the same thing over and over again. Then when I went to the grain lab, where I spent 4 years and a couple of months there. To me, it was something new, very exciting. And when I started there was a part that the mycotoxins, not everybody was doing it, but they pulled me through to go and learn that part of mycotoxins. I really got excited. And the lady who taught me left. Then when she left, I was left alone to carry on. There was no one who knew that mycotoxin that left, so I had to carry on. Then when I was going on, came a new general manager. They've been, I think, she just spotted and knew that she can give me anything, I want to make it work. She was like, okay, I'm buying this instrument. It's costing over $1 million. It's a UPLC MS. You need to apply your mycotoxins there. How does it work? I don't know. Then she was like, you're going to get the training and you have to do this. Okay. Then I did it. And to me, so the love to me doesn't just come naturally. I need to first indulge to something. Then I will fall in love with it. Even my consultation never was it my foresee thing. I didn't see myself being a consultant. I saw myself being in the lab, but not doing something over and over again. I needed to move around, and as I moved to the food lab, I also got bought after 4 years. Then another manager there was like, okay, can you help with this? Actually, I was pregnant at that time, and she was like, can you help with the quality? I'm like, yes. Then it was something I loved, and it was different now. Not that it was putting me out of the lab, but I needed to apply my technical, do the technical management. Then I started falling in love with this 17025. I've been in the labs that were accredited, but the 17025 at that time, that was 2013, really did something to me. I loved it. I had to do it. I had to. So that's me. So even with the chemistry, when I studied it was something I'm doing. I can do practicals, but people fell in different industries, that I studied with. But I didn't know which industry was I gonna go to. But as I was entering the industry, so I enjoyed each and every bit of it. Personal values, it's love more than anything. Irrespective of anything, you need to love another person. You need to love, whether it's your family or somebody out there. So to me, the personal values of love is more than anything, and it's very important to love each other. I'm coming from a Christian family and with Christian beliefs also. So love one another. And another value that I really value. You need to be honest to me, as a person, and nothing breaks any friendship. Whereas, between when we are growing up, we meet a lot of conversations. It becomes relationships, it becomes your friendships, and while you can be honest to each other, and that's the most important thing. Tell me when I'm wrong. Be straightforward. Because that's how I grew up. When I started, I told you that I grew up in a family where you taught to speak your mind in a disciplined way. So my father would always tell you, my father would come and tell you, if this is wrong, this is wrong. There's no shadow about it. So yeah. So those are I think my two values that are always and also value of a family. I value my family very much, and it's, for me, it's beyond anything. I can do anything for them. It's my family comes first, and the family time where we can spend and share the love, and we sometimes sit and we'll speak about even the hardest parts that we've been through, and to me that's a very good thing. So those are, and yeah, I always believe in happiness, being happy, as much as not every time that you're going to be happy. But one thing that I didn't say when I started was that when I started my tertiary, my father lost a job. But what he told me was that you are covered. I will make sure that you go to school and achieve what you achieve. And that has been That's why I will always value my family and that happiness, irrespective of that time, that the love we had, and that's a love I always take it to my son. I take it everywhere, even the people around. And I will get hurt if the love is not there, and honestly, it's not there because that's my true beliefs. Most of the thing, like I go out and give love, and I do expect them to be loved back. But if it's not there, it's fine. Be honest to your father and not drag me along. So that's. What is your goal and what do you want? Irrespective whether people will love you and people are not supporting you, what is exactly that you want to achieve? And look at that, and that will give you hope. That actually it's a simple thing. I will just make a simple example. If a person says, I want to be a nurse, I want to be a doctor, but I'm coming from a family that doesn't have anything. What are you working towards to achieve that? Live what you don't, the situation that you find yourself in, and it doesn't have to restrict you. So yeah, that's because I'm like that. Whatever situation that you find yourself, never be determined by the situation you're living in. What you have to do is to look what you want and achieve it. Then you will achieve it. So even if you do not feel the love within your family, there is somebody there who will love you. In fact, do not go and seek it and just say, and make sure, like putting yourself, anybody can love me, but have that focus. If you know where you are going, you will find the focused people who will also be attracted to you. Stop making. I knew both. I knew Santi and Vinay. I think I met Santi once. We were on our way to do an assessment somewhere. We were just speaking, and she was talking. I was driving, actually. We're just speaking. We're just talking. She told me that we started a company, MiChem, and Vinay, 2014. Okay. She was telling me we were just talking. She was a very talkative person. Nothing even interested me at that moment. I met Vinay twice also. But in our conversation with Santi, she was actually seeking out of me. As I'm saying, I'm an introvert. I answer what you ask me, and I was like that. I answer what you ask me, and I leave it there. But because she's a talkative person, she kept on taking, and I was like, that time, as I'm saying, I became honest with her. I do get bored. Once I've known everything, I get bored. So to me, I need to do something new and exciting. At that time, my 1702 was just starting to know exactly the standard. Actually, when you get to what happens is that when you get to our industries, you just come as an analyst or as a trainee. You taught the instrument, not about the standard that they already accredited. Even if they are accredited, both labs that I work with, they were already accredited, but you just work in another. You do not know what's happening. You get given this book, they call it a quality manual. They say read it in your spare time. You read it, guess what? Page 10 you are done, and it doesn't have 10 pages. The quality manual of all the labs is not 10 pages, but the page 10, you are already bored. You do not want to read this thing. It's just talking, referencing some things, and interested. So while I was speaking, I didn't know I was going to work for MiChem. Then 2017, fast forward to 2017. So when I met her, I think it was 2016, November. 2017, June, I remember very well, 28, she sends me a WhatsApp, can she call me quickly? Okay, yes, you can. She calls me, it's like, Sissy, I have something for you. Remember I told you that I will pull you? I'm like, yeah, but you said you still you and Renee, only two of you. So like, this is the time. I'm like, what? So like, I have my first chemistry client. And guess what? I only thought of you. This will be perfect for you. I'm like, okay. She's like, can we meet? are you available? I'm like, actually, I'm not working. I'm 6 months not working, getting a salary, but so I am in a job hunting again. And she's like, okay, let's meet. I'm like, I'm quickly going. I was going to Devon that weekend. She's like, okay, Monday, I will be in a training. Then I went and she told me the background of MiChem and everything. And I was like, I'm not a consultant. Consulting wants you to talk. And I'm not that person. I don't like talking. I really love my lab work, working in the lab and doing my thing or doing that quality and, but talking, this consultation, what is it? Then I honestly have to say that was not a wrong choice for me. I look back, that was not a wrong choice that I made, when you get a job, when you're looking for jobs and applying everywhere, and then you will get all this call center and everybody's like, come for it. I didn't want to go for an interview. I was fine. I was like, this is my choice and let me do this. Guess what? I've been excited every day, and a person may look at you. I'm definitely sure I go to clients, they look at me like, wow, you figured this very quickly. Guess what? Some of them have been challenges some customers or clients have had, and I grow in knowing and understanding that. So working at MiChem and finding MiChem I never looked for them, and but it was never a bad choice for me. The best choice that I've ever made was to come and join the company, because that's where growth is given and independence is also given, and the support is there. Everybody will love to get the support from your managers or from but the support that I received they took me when I didn't know concentration, and they groomed me into it. The only thing that was needed for me was just the knowledge of my chemistry. Then I had to go deeper in it, throughout everything. Okay, what do I have? What can I apply there? What can come? And as I'm saying, some of the things is that some become challenges for another client, and then when I come, I know that one will experience the same. I'm able to. So to me, it's a very exciting thing that I never thought it will excite me, but it's actually what Mpumi was needing. Because as I'm saying, this is the longest company I've stayed. What keeps me is to keep on my toes, is getting challenges and getting motivated each time. And once it becomes a challenge to me, and I'm able to solve it, that's me. Remember, I'm striving for my success, so it's forever that thing that I don't like something that doesn't challenge me. I will get really bored. It needs to challenge me. My mind needs to work. My mind needs to get out of its comfort zone. My mind needs to think, but don't get me off spot. Don't expect me to answer you now. Now I need to think about it and sit down, and then I'm like, okay, I have a solution for that. Some you come, they have their own beliefs, their own way, how they do things, and you coming and saying like, hey, this is the only best way to can work, and that, which is something I also never thought I had. Actually, if I will tell you, I never thought I would train people ever. I never thought I would stand up in front of people and talk. I think I grew up at school. They never gave me those things. Then Mpumi was good in writing in her books, and when you mark the test, she has passed. Actually, she has passed average over all the kids, but Mpumi doesn't speak. You will ask a question in class, she will never even answer you. That was me. So MiChem has taken that thing out of me now. I go there, people are expecting answers from me. So that really, yes, I really, yeah. Different every time. I never thought daughter was going to ever train. Stand in front of people and tell people and not convincing, but you stand there. Actually, I think, was it year 2022, if not 2021, there was this training I had to do. Guess what? It was in UP. Academics. I never thought, you know, I was thinking, oh my God, this is just a basic training. I wonder what these academics are going. But guess what? They enjoyed it and they loved it. And I came back. Then that's what motivates me, you know, coming back and thinking. I always panic prior a thing. I'm a panic prior anything. Even if they say there's a client, this is a new client, you have to do 1, 2, 3. I always will have that. I wonder how it's going to be. Am I going to do this? And guess what? Once I achieve it, I become very excited. That's all that excites me. So even trainings, I go, I'll be panicking, thinking, what are these people going to be asking? Are they going to just grill me? And I need to stand up for MiChem. But with the support structure that I get, it's always easy, you know. Sometimes I go, I don't know, where would I be starting? It's a basic. I will go sometimes. It's really when a client really needed people to be trained on this thing and they are coming totally they do not know. And then I'm able to explain, you know. I never thought, I'm not a teacher. You should watch me when I'm screaming at my son. Then I realize I'm not a teacher. And they're always like, we are not patient. Even in my family, when they say, teacher, can you show us? I'm like, I don't have that patience. I can't, but I don't know how it comes at work. I don't know how it comes, but it just becomes normal to me and can go if I see, you know, as I'm saying, there are things that I learned along the way, you know, looking at the people in the eyes. I was never that person, but I'll look and to see, are you understanding? If you getting stuck, you know, when you see that facial expression when a person is not, then I'm able to explain more and to think another example, what example I'm thinking. So it has been very, actually it's what I've been born to do. That shyness does come, you know, as I'm saying, first time it becomes, okay, there's this training. I think this year I had some trainings. I didn't know the people. I would go in that room, like, good morning, you know, that breaking that ice. I've learned even how to break the ice. But yes, it is like that. Like one-on-one, sitting with Mpumi. Mpumi is it's fine. It's not even, but in a group, you know, a group will always make me, but fine. It has changed. That thing is not there. But yeah, so that's what keeps me basically. It's those challenges, as I'm saying, not doing one thing. As much as I can go, like I don't know, like implementing a system. It's not same for every client, because each client has its own representative and you need to work with that person depending on how it goes, you know. And if the person is still needs you to work, so you need to go in. If the one is very knows the work and you just need to direct them, then that's better also. But for me, it's always about, I think more vision and values of the MiChem, you know, that it came in. Actually, they came in already. I was working at MiChem. I remember when the values were set and, you know, the vision, so but that was automatically something we were living with. So it 100%. Became very easy. A lot of things that excite me with MiChem, you know, I always had consultants have been, they are consultants for lab support, for lab consultations and all that. But what first stands up for MiChem, everybody's a company, but they're running it individually. I think MiChem being a consultation is also, I do not know many, but it's coming out to be the best because I think we're 22, if not 25, but it's quite big now, you know. But when I look at MiChem, it's what we strive to do better also, you know, and also not doing the same routine. things, coming out there and being the best and doing our best. That's what, and I don't see MiChem ever. And then now I see MiChem. Actually, I want to say I see MiChem international now. That's where we should head, and be out there. I think now people know us around, and some say, I didn't know about MiChem the first time, but I see it growing much more bigger than what it is now. It has grown. When I look at the years, when I started actually, I can tell it was me, Vinay, Santi, and Angeline. Angeline, admin, Santi, and Vinay, and so I see it much growing, and a simple thing like when you meet people, they'll tell you I'll love to work your job. I'm like, why? Like, it looks like it's exciting. I'm like, it looks like everybody's job is exciting, but are you ready with the challenges and being within it? When you look at me outside, you're like, wow, she looks very nice, but there are things that you need to do. You need to put your utmost best because you are striving for the best. It's not just coming to work and 5 o'clock, tells my laptop done. Not that, okay, we are with you with the contract for 3 months, we're done with you, shop, don't ask me anything after that. We're not that. Hence, I see MiChem growing much more because the support we always give it to our customers. I think that's what comes out mostly. And I see MiChem growing very, because I'm saying internationally, it's not just MiChem internationally. I see us having consultants out there in those different countries and all that. So, yeah. Impact you'll have. The only thing we were doing was training. We had all our list of trainings and all that. They had trainings. I went there, but the whole thing has changed now. When can you please do the implementation? Fast track our implementation for us. Wherever you're feeling that a person is struggling somewhere, whether it's emotionally, give them the support. The support is more than anything when you're a leader and you're leading people, you do not just lead people and not knowing what are they going through as a person. So, which is very most important, and to understand where they are. Rather go deeper not personally, some people will not come out personally and talk to you, or they always will like, no, this is my senior and that's it ends up there. But create that open heart, that support. If you do not want to speak to me, I will direct you to the right places, because some people, as I'm saying, they are going emotionally, they are coming already hurt or coming from very bad backgrounds, and they are coming to work, so you do not know what can trigger them, basically. So if you are there to support them and never judge them, it's the most important thing. So you may find somebody comes here and is like, I'm a breadwinner in my family, I'm the only one working, no one is working, I'm coming from a family of I have 6,000 brothers, all of them their kids, and I'm the only breadwinner. But that person is going through a lot, and if you do not support that person will never bring, because you're coming from where there's no happiness and coming also to work. So it needs to find that supporting and that love within also. Somewhere he has to get that love. But if you're also not going to give the person the love, then it means in both places the person is living in, which is home and work, whereby both those places he spends more time because the happiness is not there. That's why you find people committing suicide, and neither the family can't say even at work, no one can say, because they never reach out to the person. That's what I'm saying. Some people will not even talk, but that if you open that support structure, so whether if they are using it, it benefits them. Most of somebody, it will benefit that person, whatever that support, whether you're coaching them, you may never know what is bringing out in that person. And that maybe it will bring a difference to the situation she or he is living with at home, So as I'm saying, the support within the companies and to the leaders is that support the people, because as you are saying, your question when you came about it was that globally everybody's, is not only South Africa. So it's a lot, a very lot of struggling, and it's not only financially, it's quite a lot of things people are going through. And I always say, not everybody, you will sit. I know, I do sit with some people, and why do you still believe in God? Wow. What change will God bring in my situation? And you'll find a person say, I grew up like this, and this is my life, and this is when my destiny is. What change will God give me? And when you speak to people, then sometimes you call that spiritual support, whereby you need to guide people, but God is still there. Look at me, it's all by the grace of God. And but telling a person about the grace of God when he doesn't see it is this, because something is the same at work. When we are saying, okay, we're going to offer the support, and the person may seem like it's not going to help me in my situation, but at least if those coachings, that support keeps on coming, doesn't come once a while, but keeps on popping, like there's this thing, it may change a person's mentality. No one believes overnight, it's just that we're brought up in families with beliefs in Christianity, but not everybody believes overnight and believe in God, that God can do a miracle, or a situation will change. But it's not about, it's like sometimes, how are you feeling? I really, you should see me whenever I will get a call from May, and his only question will be like, how are you doing? Because it's after some time, it's very hectic with that he has seen that, of breathing out and then. And he's not just going to ask me about work. I'll ask him, where's that client, or where's that, how far you, just ask him, how are you feeling? The most, like, how are you feeling, And I'm like, yo, sometimes I'm away, I'm counting just a few days, I'm going back home just to see my son, that type of a thing. It's not, but sometimes it's not the support of, I'm not looking for financial support, just that care that I will get from I'm getting good care. Believing in yourself and trusting yourself. Believe in yourself, in how much, and always strive for that success. Do the things to your best. You don't just do a thing. As I've said before, people will ask me, but the consultation is never it's not an overnight work. It's not something easy. Told you with analytical chemistry, I loved it. You work in the lab, you do your thing, you get out. But now when it comes to the MiChem and the VGL, it's all about saving people. We've been through there, we've been in the labs whereby we've stayed with our labs, and we know where we struggled. As I'm telling you, they gave me a book. Both labs that I worked for, they will give me a quality manual. It's in a file, 100-something pages. Guess what? I never got to close file. I never got to it. It was just a long thing that I was not interested. But sometimes, that teaching. So in life, as I'm saying, strive for success. Always believe in yourself. Whatever obstacles are, to me, I will get an obstacle. I will get hurt. I will get emotional. But to me, pick up yourself. Let's go. I can't dwell too much on things. I'm not sure whether it doesn't come also to my spiritual belief. I always say, God didn't bring me thus far to leave me, to add on, but I came with another baby. And to me, I need to work. I need to work hard, and I need to make sure that I achieve. It's not about. The nice thing I liked about MiChem is that it's not always about the company, saying it's their company, you become part of it. You make it sure you become MiChem when you're out there. You run it as if it's your own company, and always like you become MiChem, you live MiChem the same way. You don't just say, it's their company, I'm just going there to do my work and get paid at the end of the month. It is not all about that.